How's it going, guys? This is yet another podcast of genius and brilliant proportions. So, what I'm going to talk to you about is what it means to have the integrity of a man or a woman, the integrity of human beings in relationships, and cheating, infidelity, fidelity, high fidelity, audio, sounds, and the sound systems that we use in order to fulfill the proper, the adequate amounts of love, and exactly what I'm talking about. So here's how we're gonna look at this: is we're gonna go way back into the past, deep to the memories of the 1600s. The 1600s had a lot of lobsters, crabs, all kinds of shellfish, and around that time, I mean, you could consider the shellfish to be kind of alien in nature. What they did was they held on to these gold and silver type of weapons. They had a bunch of silos lined up with a bunch of flags up, and you can kind of see it from an overhead view as you fly above it. So what I'm gonna tell you now is about the intensity of the tracks that you're on, the intensity of the tracks that you're riding it. So when you're just like, oh no, that's something we don't talk about. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. You say that, and really what it is that when you just sit there in, as your responses and reactions are exacerbated by the certain subjects and words that have been brought up, I'm going to tell you that cheating is cheating, and then you go punk, and you just got punked. And that's the funniest thing, because when you look at Ashton Kutcher and you think about the words catch up, then it's just kind of like, whoa, the curtains are drawn back, but at the same time, it's kind of in the center stage. And as long as you realize that it's in that center stage, as long as you're able to realize whether or not you are leathered up, or whether or not you have, the buckles, or if you have spikes, you spike the pings, kind of like what they did, back in the day with, the Boris, that as well as the, it was covered by a guy named, Boris Grishenko. And when you're getting more shanky, then that's where the sharks are able to come out. You're able to see kind of like no, and that's where you kind of pause for a moment. You realize what it is that you're saying. You think about it, and then you look at yourself. You think about what you would say. You think about what you would be. You think about who you are, and you realize that there's no truth to the untruth, except for the untruthing of the truth, as well as the untruthing of the untruths. And when you're able to kind of settle down into that kind of figure, when you're able to breathe, you breathe in, you breathe out, you look up and you look down, and when you look down, you see yourself floating on top of a bunch of clouds, and you don't talk about the cheating. You say no cheating. There's no cheating. You think about schoolwork, you think about homework, you think about gaming, you think about all kinds of things. No cheating. Cheats are for who? And you think about it, and the integrity of a man, the integrity of a woman, you think about the two of them combined, how that intertwines and forms a DNA strand. And as an avid fan of DNA and genetic coding and the sciences that we're developing, for the sake of, business developments, of course, and the growth of the universe, all in all. I mean, think about it. There could be, alien planets, alien universes, alien anything's dimensions out there that are causing a lot of cheatings of, the human growth and the human, you think about the Pacific. You think about what you're specifically trying to say, and it's difficult. You want to beat around the tree, But the trees are just kind of like, the trees are just staring, and it's just kind of like, are you in or are you out? And it's you're looking up, and once again you see the big owl, and it says, do you need me to say that again? Do you need me to tell you again? Do I have to repeat myself? Do I have to tell you again what it is that I'm trying to say? And you're riding that motorcycle alone into the city, and you see yourself in kind of a mirrored vision. And you're flying forward, and it's just kind of like, why are the secrets held in place? And there are so many different reasons for that. Why is integrity held together by the untruthing of the truths as well as the truths of the untruthing? Why is it all held together so shoddily, as though it's like a gooey, sort of oily, oil-looking type of sensation? You imagine Bruce Willis holding that shotgun, and it's just kind of like philanthropists. They're sitting there staring at you, and with their glasses on, and they're just they're handing it down, and they kind of they use those old computers. And those computers, they come from the times, around the 70s they were developing them, 78. You can see a lot of that computing type of technology designed in Star Wars. You see the peaks of the mountains. You're able to fly above the top. You see the clouds above, how they're edited in. And, the limitations are suddenly, grounded from a sense of, Apollo knew about this. Apollo was one of the gods from back in the day. And when you are able to chicken out, from what it is that you think about doing from what you're trying to do, the black balloons, and whatever that means to you, and the pretzelish kind of nature of things, it's just kind of like, wow, you look deep down into your heart, you realize everyone's driving off. And it's just kind of like, that's freaky, dude. You're like, holy shit, that's fucking freaky. And you everyone's looking at each other just like, what is going on? And, the cheat codes, a lot of up, down, a lot of left, right. And a lot of, right trigger, left trigger. And you've been triggered. And that's exactly what it is. That's the situation that you feel. Don't feel bad about it. Don't feel, like you're tactically inept. Just understand that the tactics that have been used against you boxed you in, and it created sort of a safe zone for you. And, as you look around and you see kind of a minefield that you're trying to sweep with all these zombie-ish looking people, you're trying to sweep those grounds, and you're trying to ensure that the people remain safe, whether or not they wear dresses, uniforms, white t-shirts, and finally, when you can see that you're building something, you're constructing something amazing, then you drop it off. You drop that, and, let the planets spin on their own. Look at the asteroids, look at the meteors, the meteorites, and the rites of passage. And forget about all that silliness. And, after the whirlwind, you're just like, I don't know why, I don't know how, but for some reason, I feel like going outside. And that's how I feel, kind of, not really. I feel like staying inside, and yet at the same time going outside. And I guess that's in terms of, the mental prowess. When you look at me, I'm kind of like this, not the Vitruvian Man necessarily, but something similar to a meme where you see this dude sitting there, his legs crossed, and all these, it's kind of like a confusing thing. You see stars and planets flying above the head, spinning in circles, and it's kind of my own generation, that has a lot to do with that. So when you look at me and you can feel my power, you understand exactly what it is I'm talking about. And Stegosauruses, back in the day, they knew exactly what I was talking about. And steaks are steaks, and you enjoy that. You enjoy eating the foods that you have. You enjoy it. Enjoy it. Love your life. Love yourself. Thank you so much for listening, and have a wonderful one. Thank you.